Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Glacial Geek Battle Report. I am Phil, the Glacial Geek, coming to you here from Savannah Lion Games in Pooler, Georgia, where I'll be fighting a 2,000-point battle between my Deathwatch and Jason's Blood Angels. So the story that we've got going on here is that the Blood Angels, led by Dante, have been have dispatched to this planet to collect some information that they feel is imperative, and they've been told not to talk to anyone about this, with express orders that this mission order is sealed and not to be shared with anyone outside of the Blood Angels. At the same time, the Deathwatch were dispatched to this planet by an Inquisitor as well, with orders not to relay anything about their mission to anyone outside of the Deathwatch and the Inquisition. So when both forces arrived on the planet, they realized that their missions came to a loggerhead here, where they could not bypass each other without it causing the other to have to give up on their mission. So both sides were unwilling to discuss the situation because they'd have express orders not to, and both sides were not willing to give up on their mission because that's just not something that the Blood Angels do. That's also not something that the elite of the Deathwatch do. So both sides then came to blows and ended up exchanging some bolts. So that's the story that we've got going on here. We are going to be playing the Maelstrom mission from chapter approved sealed orders. So it's just basic Maelstrom, so drawing 3 cards, drawing up to 3 cards, but we don't show them to each other. So it's just basically hidden what we can use, what we have going on there, so we don't know what each other's goals are. So that is it. That's the story that we've got going on. That is the mission that we've got going on. Before we go further, though, let's show you the 2 armies that are going to be fighting it out. So for the Deathwatch, I'll be running a battalion detachment. Leading off that detachment, we have a Watchmaster and a Librarian with a Force Axe. We have 3 squads of veterans, 1 5-man veteran squad with 3 bolters and 2 stalker pattern bolters, 1 7-man squad with 2 frag cannons, 2 Infernus heavy bolters, and 3 bolters, and 1 9-man squad with 2 Thunderhammer storm shields, 2 heavy Thunderhammers. The sergeant has a Xenophase blade. There are 2 Vanguard veterans, 1 with a heavy Thunderhammer, 1 with a Power Maul and a Storm Shield, and 2 Terminators, 1 with a Power Fist and Assault Cannon, and 1 with a Melta Fist and a Storm Bolter. We have 2 Intercessor Squads. Each squad has 5 Intercessors, 3 Hellblasters, an Inceptor with Assault Bolters, and an Aggressor with Auto Bolt Storm Gauntlets and Frag Storm Grenade Launchers. We have a Venerable Dreadnought with twin las cannon, fist, and underslung heavy flamer. We have a drop pod with a storm bolter. And last but not least, we have a Corvus Blackstar with twin assault cannon and 2 storm strike missiles. And for the Blood Angels, he'll be running a battalion detachment and a Vanguard detachment. Leading off the Vanguard detachment here, we have a Librarian in Terminator armor and a Primaris Lieutenant with a Stalker Pattern bolt gun. We have a 10-man Death Company squad with jump packs. Everyone has chain swords and bolt pistols, except 2 have plasma pistols, and 1 guy has a Thunderhammer. We have a 10-man Death Company squad on foot with 4 bolters, 5 hand flamers. There's 1 Power Fist, 1 Power Sword, 1 Thunderhammer, and the rest have chain swords. We have a 5-man Terminator squad, 4 Thunderhammer Storm Shields, and the Sergeant has Lightning Claws. We have a Rhino with a Storm Bolter. Then for the Battalion detachment, we have the Sanguinious and Dante. We have 2 5-man Intercessor squads with Stalker Pattern bolt rifles and auxiliary grenade launchers, and a 5-man tactical squad with bolters. We have a Sanguinary Ancient. And last but not least, we have a Land Raider Crusader. All right, so those are the armies going over deployment for the Deathwatch. I've got my Corvus Blackstar over here. Inside is my Watchmaster. He's going to be my Warlord. My trait that I'm going to use for it is going to be the I can't remember the one, but it's basically I roll it on a 5-up. I get a stratagem. I get a command point back for every stratagem I spend, and then I also get a free reroll. And he also has the relic, the Bane Bolts of Erixia, which basically adds 1 to his special ammunition damage. And also on a wounded roll of a 6 with that special ammunition, he does a mortal wound, which is pretty awesome. So his Guardian Spear is going to be doing 3 damage, AP -1, and on 6 is doing mortal wounds. I'll take that. Thank you very much. Then we have the Venerable Dreadnought over here sitting on one of the objectives. In the building here, we've got my veteran squad with the Stalker Pattern bolt guns. Over here, we have the Intercessor Squad, one of the Intercessor Squads. And everything else is in Deep Strike. I have the drop pod has my 7-man squad with the Frag Cannons and my Librarian inside of it. And then I spent 2 command points to put one of the Intercessor Squads in Teleportarium, and I spent a command point to put one of the other kill team with all of the close combat weapons into the Teleportarium, because I miscounted and I ended up with the 2 Vanguard vets being at basically transport space of 13, so they couldn't fit inside of the inside of my Corvus Black Star. So that's fine. I'll pay the command point and put them into Deep Strike. There we go. So that's the deployment for the Deathwatch. Going over deployment now for the Blood Angels. We've got a squad of intercessors over here. We've got the Rhino. Inside of there is the 10-man Death Company squad on foot. We've got another squad of intercessors in the building, along with Dante, along with the Lieutenant, the Sanguinary Ancient, and the Librarian. We've got the Land Raider here with the Terminators inside. We've got the Death Company on jump pack up front here, and we have the Tactical Squad over here in the building. In Deep Strike Reserve, he has just the Sanguinor, so everyone else is on the table here. So that is going to be it for the deployment. As of right now, the Deathwatch are going first, unless he can seize the initiative. Looking for a 6. Oh, he does! That's not great. So that's going to be painful. So we'll come back to you with the cards drawn for the Blood Angels here on turn 1. All right, so that's my opponent's objectives. I'm not looking at him. He's helping me film this, so if it's out of focus, blame him. All right, movement phase for the Blood Angels here on turn 1. My opponent used Forlorn Fury onto these jump pack guys. Spent 2 CP for that. Rolled. He has the Veritas Vitae on the Librarian, so he rolled and got 1 of the CP back. So it cost him 1 CP for that. And then they just moved up over here. So they moved in advance and then moved up here on their actual first turn movement. He spent on Wings of Fire. Spent 1 CP for on Wings of Fire to drop his Sanguinary Ancient over here. Got the CP back from that one with the Veritas Vitae. The Land Raider moved up here, so did the Lieutenant, so did Dante. None of them advanced, right? They all just moved? No, they just moved. But the Rhino over here, he spent the command point for Lucius Pattern engines, so he got the 6-inch advance on that one. He did not get the CP back for that one. And then over here, his Intercessors all stood still, so did his Tactical Squad. So that is it. Oh no, the Tactical Squad actually moved over this way over here, but the Librarian stood there. So that is, yeah, he's trying to bubble in the middle there with the deep strikes. So that's where, that's it for the movement phase. So at the end of the movement phase, my opponent has 6 CP left. He started with 9, spent 1 CP to get an extra relic. He also spent all those ones that we just mentioned here before, got some of them back. He's at 6. I'm at 6. Everybody's got 6. He started with 9, is down to 6. I started 8, now I'm down to 6. And that is it for that. So we will come back to you now with the psychic phase. All right, so my opponent actually had moved the Librarian here. He forgot to move him. He had wanted to, so we just did it. It's all good. So now he is going to start off the psychic phase by putting on Wings of Sanguinious? Wing of Sanguinious onto himself there. Looking for a 5, getting it with a 7. And now he moved over, so he, on Wings of Fire, over to here, and then he is going to cast Unleashed Fury.
Rage.
Unleashed Rage onto the Death Company over here, looking for a 6, getting it with a 7. All right, now onto the shooting phase. We're going to start off with the Land Raider shooting into my Intercessor Squad here. So the Hurricane Bolter's first, 12 shots because he's not in a rapid fire range, hitting on 3s.
Rerolling with Dante.
Rerolling because Dante is over there, doing his Dante-ness. All right, so now we have, these are now strength 4, so wounding on 4s, because the average toughness here with all the models is 4, and that's how it works with the mixed squads now. So getting 1, 2, 3 wounds there.
Rerolling ones for the
rerolling because of the lieutenant, so that's pretty good. Getting a bunch more, which is pretty nice. So that is going to be 6 wounds over here. All right, so 6 3-up saves. Failing 1 of them. All right, so now the assault cannon is going to fire 12 shots, hitting on 3s, rerolling because of Dante. All right, so missing 1, which is pretty nice. Strength 6, toughness 4, so looking for 3s to wound. Rerolling 1s because of the lieutenant. All right, so that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wounds. All right, so we've got 9 4-up saves because it's AP minus 1. Make 1. That's 4 guys dead. Oh, that hurts so much. Right in the feels. Right in the feels. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right, so now his death company is going to fire into my my dreadnought over here. We're going to start with the 2 plasma pistols. Are you going to supercharge? Nope, not going to supercharge. So hitting on 3s. All right, 2 hits. Strength 7, looking for 4s to wound. Getting no wounds. And now we have 7 bolt pistols firing in here. Hitting on 3s. All righty. These are going to be wounding on 5s. Getting no wounds. And now the Sanguinary Ancient is going to fire his Angelus bolt gun into him. Hitting on 3s. 2 hits. Looking for 5s to wound. Cocked.
You wouldn't expect.
No, seriously. I got the dice rolling tray here not to get the cocked dice, and then you managed to do it? Well done, sir. But no wounds. Now the intercessors over here are going to fire into my intercessors over here. So we're going to have 5 shots here, hitting with the stalker pattern bolt guns, right? So 5 shots hitting on 3s because they did not move. All right. Strength 4, right? So wounding on 4s. That's 1 wound. AP minus 2. So looking for a 5-up save. Nope, don't make it. Now the other intercessors with the stalker pattern bolt guns are going to fire into my intercessorless intercessor squad over here.
Yeah.
So there's going to be hitting on 3s. All right. Wounding on 4s. Getting 1 wound. AP minus 2. So looking for a 5-up. Nope, take a wound. All right, so now the lieutenant here is going to fire into them. He's going to be hitting on a 4 because he moved. He's got a stalker pattern. No. Rerolling 1 because of Dante. No, still not a hit. All right, so now his Sanguinary Ancient is going to start us off in the assault phase by charging into my Corvus Blackstar. So I'm going to fire Overwatch. I've got 12 shots from the twin assault cannon hitting on 6s. Looking for fill faces, getting 3 of them. That's not bad. I'll take that. These are now strength 6, so looking for 3s to wound. Getting 2 wounds, AP minus 1.
3 ups.
3 ups. Failing 1, so he takes a wound. He's got to feel no pain. No, goes through. And then the Storm Strike missile's firing into him. 2 shots hitting on 6s. Getting 1. Strength 8, wounding on a 2. That is a wound. AP minus 3, so it's going to be a 5-up save. No, goes through. 1 second. All right, my opponent is actually going to spend a command point to re-roll that, looking for a 5. No, goes through, so he gets 3 feel no pains. Oh, makes 5. Is it on 5-ups or 6-ups? It's on 5s. So it's on 5. So yeah, so he only takes 1 wound from that, which is killer because that almost killed him. So he's down to 2 wounds. Do you get your command point back? You do, in fact, get it back. All right, so now he's going to charge in. He's going to spend 2 CP on Descent of Angel. Let's see if you get 1 of those CP back. He does, in fact, so he is going to be at 5 CP. So 3d6 charge. Wow, he is way in. And now the Death Company are going to charge into my Corvus Blackstar and my my Dreadnought down here. So we're going to start with the Heavy Flamer Overwatch from the Dreadnought there. So d6 hits. 1 hit. I'm going to spend a CP to re-roll that. Into 4. Do I get the CP back? I do not, so I'm down to 5. What's that?
Isn't it him that gives you?
Oh, he has to be in it, so I couldn't have even rolled to get that back. So I just have the 4. Yeah, he has to be on the table. Good call on that one. Thank you, sir, because he's still inside of there.
You didn't get it back.
I didn't get it back. It's all good. So I'm down to 4, or down to 5, I should say. So it's 4 hits, strength 5, looking for 3s to wound. Getting one wound. AP. Yeah, I wish. AP minus. Yeah, no, I spent my command points. So that's my AP -1. So 1 4-up save. Yep. Make that one. And then the twin las cannons. Overkill here, hitting on 6s. No hits there. So they're charge distance. They got the regular charge. Making it in with 8. All right, now into the fight phase. He's going to activate his Death Company first. We're going to start with the Thunderhammer Interior. He's got 2 base attacks, +1 because they charged, because they're Death Company, and +1 because of Unleashed Rage from the Psychic power there. So we have 4 attacks here, hitting on 4s because it's unwieldy. All right, getting 1 hit. This is going to be Strength times 2, which is Strength 8, so that would be wounding on 3s, but becoming wounding on 2s because of Red Thirst.
I'll go ahead and spend
he's going to spend a CP to reroll out of those. So that is 2 hits now. Varus Vitae, see if he gets that back. He does, in fact, get it back. So he's on fire with the Varus Vitae. So here we go, 2 hits. These are going to be wounding on 2s because of Red Thirst. Getting 2 wounds, AP -3. So looking for 6-up saves. Show me them Phil faces. Not getting any fill faces, so that's going to be 6 damage. So I've got 6 venerable saves onto him here. So looking for 6-up, ignoring wounds. Fill faces, ignoring 2 of them. That's pretty good. I'll take that. So he goes down 4 wounds. All right, so now the rest of the Death Company are going to attack into my Corvus Blackstar here. They each have 2 base attacks, +1 because they charged, +1 because of Unleashed Rage, and +1 because they have Chain Swords. So we're looking at 45 attacks coming in here. So 45 attacks hitting on 3s. We'll come back to you with that. All right, so now these are going to be wounding on, they would be wounding on 5s, but now because of Red Thirst, they're going to be wounding on 4s. He gets to reroll 1s because of the Sanguinary Ancient there. So here we go. Wounding on 4s. We'll come back to you with that. All right, re-rolling the 1s because of the Sanguinary Ancient there. Getting another 2 wounds in there, which is pretty good, so we'll come back to you with that. All right, so that's 20 wounds onto my Corvus there. Looking for 3-up saves. Oh, not great. We'll come back to that. All right, so I made 12, failed 8, which means that I'm actually going to be, down to 6 wounds. All right, so now his Sanguinary Ancient is going to attack into my Corvus Blackstar here. He is going to spend a CP on Unleash, or no, what is it called?
Red Rampage.
Red Rampage, so he gets an additional D3 attacks. But first, let's see if you get the CP back. He does not get the CP back, so he's down to 4. And now he's going to get D3 additional attacks. Getting 3 additional attacks, so he's going to have a total of
3 + 3
so he's going to have 6 total attacks over here. These are going to be hitting on 3s. All right, all but 1, pretty good. These are Strength 4, Toughness 7. So would be looking for 5s, now looking for 4s because of Red Thirst. Getting 2 wounds, AP -3, so looking for 2 6s. Not getting any of them. 2 D3 wounds because of Encarmine Swords. Getting 4 wounds, so he's down to 2 wounds. Killer. All right, so now my Venerable Dreadnought's going to attack into his Death Company there. I've got 4 attacks hitting on 2s. Getting all but 1 hit. These are going to be wounding on 2s. Getting 3 wounds, AP -3, so 3 6-ups. Not making any of them. So for each of those, we're going to do, it's 3 damage each, so Feel No Pains have to do 3 at a time for each one. So do the first one. Ooh, almost, but no, that is a dead guy. Second one is, he makes all 3 there, so that's a live guy. And then the third one, almost again. Holy cow, but 2 dead. Barely, but 2 dead Death Company guys. And now my Corvus Blackstar is going to attack into his Sanguinary Ancient over there. So I've got 1 attack hitting on a 6. Oop, missed the die box, so that is a miss. So that is it for me here in the attack phase. All right, so now my opponent is going to spend Honor the Chapter to attack again with his Death Company here. So he is going to roll to see if he gets one of those CP back, because it costs 3, but he can get 1 back. No, he doesn't, so he is down to 1 CP. But now he is going to attack again with his Death Company. All right, so now his Thunderhammer guy is going to attack into my Dreadnought. He's got 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. Oh, hitting on 4s, sorry, because it's unwieldy, so 3 hits. Strength 8, so wounding. It would be wounding on 3s, but now wounding on 2s because of Red Thirst since they still charged in, so that's 2 wounds.
Rerolling 1.
Rerolling 1s because of the Sanguinary Ancient. All right, so that is 3 that go through. AP minus 3, looking for 6s. Getting 1 of them, so 2 go through, so that's going to be 6 damage. Let's see if I get these back. I have 4 wounds left.
You gotta do
so I need to make
better than earlier.
I need to make way better than everything here. I've got to get 3 fill faces or he's dead. So let's see what happens here. Looking for 6 up, ignoring wounds because of Venerable. Show me them fill faces. Getting 0. So he is dead. Let's see if he explodes. He does not explode, so that is first blood. All right, since 2 died in the fight phase there for him, he is down to 7 guys left attacking in here, but they still get all the benefits for the +1 to charge. They still have the Unleash Rage in here, and they still have their Chainsword, so we've got 5 attacks each. We got 35 attacks coming in here, hitting on 3s. We'll come back to you with that. All right, so these are going to be wounding on 4s because of the Red Thirst. We'll come back to you with that. All right, re-rolling the 1s because of the Sanguinary Ancient there. All right, still getting another 3 in there, so that is going to be, how many is that there? That's 3, 6,
9, 12.
12 wounds into him.
Instead of 8. I did better that
We
time.
got, yeah, seriously. So we got 12 wounds, 12 3-up saves. Failing 1, he failed enough to be way dead. So let's see, does he explode? He does not explode, so that's second blood. All right, so he is going to get out. I'm just going to roll this because it could be pretty interesting. Let's see if he is slain when he comes out. On a 1, he is slain. Oh, no, he's okay. Oof. All right, so that is it for the Blood Angels' turn here on turn 1. We do have 1 morale test over here. They lost 5 guys, 5 plus. 6 would be running, but then let's see. Rolling again because of And They Shall Know No Fear. Back into a 6.
Oh, jeez.
So that's going to be 3 guys running away. That one hurts real bad. All right, so that squad only has the aggressor left over there. Killer. But my opponent on his turn did score behind enemy lines with 2 units there, so he just gets the 1 point for that. And then he is going to get rid of Witch Hunter. So that is it for the Blood Angels' turn here on turn 1. We'll come back to you with the cards drawn for the Deathwatch here on turn 1. All right, so these are the objectives that I drew here on turn 1. Can't say them out loud because my opponent is right over there. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Deathwatch here on turn 1. Movement phase for the Deathwatch here on turn 1. My Watchmaster moved back over this way. This squad dropped down inside of my deployment zone, so you can do that on turn 1 as long as they're in your deployment zone. Drop down over here. These guys all stood still in their building over here, and then he just stood still where he is. So I still have my drop pod, and I still have the vet squad with the close combat weapons in Deep Strike Reserve. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the shooting phase. All right, so starting off the shooting phase, my Watchmaster is going to fire into his Sanguinary Ancient over here. So I'm going to fire with the Special Issue Ammunition. I'm going to be firing with the Hellfire rounds, so wounding on 2s. He's also got the Bane Bolts of Erixia, so it's going to add a +1 damage to these these weapons. So he's going to have the Guardian Spear, 2 shots hitting on 2s, re-rolling because of himself. So that's 2 hits, wounding on 2s. That is 2 wounds, AP -1, so 2 3-ups, making them both. All right, so now this squad of veterans here is going to fire into the Death Company. They're going to use the Kraken Bolt round, so we're going to start with the Bolter guys. Increase their range to 30 inches and makes the AP -1. So we're going to have 3 shots hitting on 3s, getting 2 hits. Strength 4, wounding on 4s. Getting 1 wound, AP -1, so looking for a 4-up.
Doesn't it increase the AP also?
That's a regular bolt gun. These are the regular bolt guns, not the soccer ones first. So that's a save. And now the 2 Stalker pattern bolt guns are going to fire in here, so they've got 2 shots each, hitting on 3s because they didn't move. Oh,
jeez.
Really? Wounding on a 4. That is a wound, AP -2. So looking for a 5-up. Oh, so 1 is dead. 6 up, feel no. 5. Yeah, it's just 1 damage.
So 6 up, feel no
6 up, feel no pain. No, so 1 is dead. All right, so now my aggressor over here is going to fire into his Rhino. He gets to fire twice, so we're going to go with the first. We're going to go with the auto Boltstorm Gauntlet. So 12 shots from the 2 shootings, hitting on 3s. Wow, real good. So these are now strength 4, so looking for 5s to wound. Getting 1, 2, 3, 4 wounds. AP nothing, so 4 3-up saves. Making them all. And now 2d6 from the Frag Storm launchers. Getting another 6 shots. All right, so these are hitting on 3s. Doing well there. Wounding on 5s. Getting 1 wound, 1 3-up. Okie doke. All right, so now my Inceptors over, my Inceptor squad over here. My Aggressor, my Intercessor squad, sorry. Aggressor, Inceptor, and Intercessors are going to fire into his Death Company. One of the Hellblasters is going to fire into his Sanguinary Ancient over here, and the other 2 are closer to him, and they're going to fire into him, into his Librarian over there. So they're all going to supercharge. So we're going to start with the Hellblaster shooting into the Sanguinary Ancient over here. So 2 shots, supercharging, hitting on 3s. So that's 2 hits, strength 8, wounding on 2s. That is 2 wounds, AP -4, so 2 6-up saves. Fails them both, so that is going to be 4 damage into him. 4 5-ups invul saves because, or ignoring wounds because of his banner there. No, he takes 3 and he is dead. And now the Hellblasters into his Librarian over there. So we've got 2 shots from the first guy hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits from him, and the next one hitting on 3s. Rerolling because of the Watchmaster over there. So that is 4 hits. These are strength 8, so wounding on 2s. That is 4 wounds, AP -4, so 4 5-up invul saves because of Terminator armor, making 2 of them. So he takes 4 damage. He's down to 1 on that one. Killer. All right, so now the Intercessors are going to fire into the Death Company. 10 shots because they're in rapid fire range, hitting on 2s. Hitting on 3s, I'm sorry. Rerolling because of the Watchmaster there. Wow, he really rerolls everything, yes. Yeah, he's pretty good. Watch Captain is the ones, he is everything. He's like our Chapter Master. Well, not doesn't much help when you roll a whole bunch of 1s and 2s back into 1s and 2s. These are now going to be wounded on 2s because of Hellfire rounds. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wounds, AP -1, so 5 4-ups. It is making 3 of them, and then they've got 6-up feel no pains natively. Making 1, so 1 dead. And now the Inceptor is going to fire. He's got 6 shots from his Assault Bolters, hitting on 3s. Re-rolling because of the Watchmaster there. Okie dokie. These are now going to be wounding on 3s. Strength 5, so that is 2 wounds. AP -1, so 2 4-ups. Makes 1, fails 1, 6-up, feel no pain. No, so another dead. And now the Aggressor is firing. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling. All right. These are now going to be wounding on 4s. Re-rolling 1s because of the Malleus tactics. So that, because they're an elite choice. So that is 4 wounds there. AP nothing, so 4 3-ups. Fails 2 of them, 6-up, feel no pains. Or ignoring wounds, no, so that's another 2 dead. And then D6 from the Frag Storm grenade launcher. 6 shots, pretty good. Hitting on 3s. Re-rolling because of the Watchmaster. So that is going to be 5 hits. Wounding on 4s. Re-rolling 1s. So that is 1 wound. AP nothing, so 3-up. Makes that one. So that is it for the that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, my Intercessor squad over here is going to charge into his Death Company over here. So we've got the 2 plasma pistols. Do you want to supercharge, sir?
No.
No, he's not going to supercharge. Hitting on 6s. That's why you don't supercharge. Yep. So nothing there. They need a 9-inch charge to get in.
I'm not dark.
I'm going to spend a command point to see if I can re-roll that. No, just out. But do I get the command point back? I don't. So I am down to 4 command points. Now, my Watchmaster is going to charge into them. Let's see. The Overwatch, nothing there. And my charge distance needs 7-inch charge. Does get it in there. Couldn't we have swapped those two? All right, so starting off the fight phase now, my Watchmaster is going to attack into his Death Company. I'm spending 2 command points on Dominatus Doctrine, which allows me to add 1 to wound rolls against elite choices here. So it costs 2 command points. Let's see if I get 1 back. I do not, so I'm down to 2 command points. But he's going to attack. He has 4 attacks, hitting on 2s. All right, that is all hits. These are strength +1. So it would normally be wounding on 3s, but because of Dominatus Doctrine, they are wounding on 2s. And that is 4 wounds at AP -3, so that's 4 6-up saves. Making 2 of them, killer! So they're going to be D3 damage each. So the first one is 2 damage, so 2 6-ups. Nope, so that's a dead guy, and then another 2. So that's another dead guy. All right, so now his last Death Company guy is going to attack into me. He's got 3 attacks because he's got 2 base plus 1 for Unleash Rage, which is still going on. So 3 attacks hitting on 4s, getting 2 hits, wounding on 2s. Right, strength 8.
I'll spend last.
He's going to spend his last command point to try to reroll that one. No, but does he get it back? He does. So he's still got the 1 command point, but still only 2 hits, wounding on 2s. So that is 2 wounds, 2 Iron Halo saves, so 2 4-up invul saves, making them both. Wow. Woo! All right, and that is it for the Deathwatch turn here on turn 1. My opponent over here, he lost 7 guys in the squad, so 7 plus 2 is 9. Rerolling, still 2. He is dead. He's running away over there. I like to imagine that he's just dragging his brothers back to continue the fight against all of the Horuses that are out here on the table over here, because they've got the visions. They've got the Death Company. Though. Yeah, so. Yeah. They're after the mini Horuses. So that is it for the Deathwatch turn here on turn 1. I did get secure objective 6, and that is it, but I'm going to get rid of secure objective 5 there. So we'll come back to you with the cards drawn, or did you score? Did you? Yes? Okay. So that is it for the Deathwatch turn here on turn 1. We'll come back to you with the cards drawn for the Blood Angels on turn 2. And those are my opponent's objectives. I cannot see them. Again, blame him for any problems with the with the filmography.
Whatever.
All right, movement phase for the Blood Angels here on turn 2. Dante jumped up over this way. His Devastators, his Terminators disembarked the Land Raider, are moving up this way towards my Intercessor Squad over here. Land Raider then moved up afterwards. His Lieutenant advanced up over this way. The Death Company disembarked from the Rhino that was over there. Then the Rhino moved around the building back over there onto Objective 4. And these guys just moved up here. They moved, right? They didn't advance, right? They just moved. Yeah, they just moved up there. His Intercessors moved up over this way. The Intercessors over there moved up, and his Tactical Squad also moved up.
That advanced.
This one in the middle here advanced. They just moved. And his Librarian kind of stood still where he was. So that is it for the movement phase. We will come back to you with the Psychic phase. Oh, he's actually going to move him, but he did move. Oh, he did move over a bit. Sorry. So we will come back to you with the Psychic phase. In the beginning of the Psychic phase, he is going to cast Wings of Sanguinious onto himself. So looking for a 6, right?
5.
Looking for a 5. Going off with a 6. And now he is going to cast Unleash Rage onto his Terminators over here. That will go off with a 10. All right, start off the shooting phase with his Rhino over here, firing into my lone aggressor over here. So 2 shots hitting on 3s. That's 2 hits, wounding on 5s because he is tough 5, getting no wounds. All right, these guys back here are going to fire into him. They've got the Stalker Pattern bolt rifles, so they're going to be 5 shots hitting on 4s because they moved. All right, getting 1 hit, wounding on a 5 because he's T5. Tactical Squad is now going to fire into my Intercessors over here. That is all hits. Wow, well done there. Wounding on 4s. Getting 2 wounds there. 2 3-up armor saves. Dante is going to fire his Infernus pistol into them. So hitting on a 2, re-rolling because of himself. All right, that's a hit. Wounding on a 2. That is a wound. AP -4, so that is just going to go straight through. D6 damage. That is a dead guy. So now his Land Raider is going to attack into. He's going to shoot his Hurricane Bolters into my Vet Squad up here, and he's going to fire his Assault Cannons into my Aggressor. So we're going to go with the Assault Cannon first. These are going to be hitting on 3s. All right. Re-rolling because of Dante over there. Oh, good thing. For you, I guess. All right. And then these are strength 6, so looking for 3s to wound.
Rerolling 1s for the lieutenant.
Rerolling 1s because of the lieutenant. So there's that 1-1, 2 1s. All right, so that is going to be 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 wounds over here.
8 wounds.
8 AP -1, so these are going to be 8 4-up saves. Failing 4 of them, so he is dead. And now the Hurricane Bolters are firing into my Vet Squad up here. These are going to be hitting on 3s. We'll come back to you with that. All right, re-rolling because of Dante. All right, so that's still a couple misses there. And then these are now strength 4, so they're going to be wounding on 4s. Re-rolling 1s because of the lieutenant. All right, re-rolling those 1s. Wow, fair number of 1s there. Re-rolled. All right. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4. Wound on 3s, or 4s, right? So that's 3, 6, 7, 8. So again, with 8 wounds, just backing down here. So 8 wounds, looking for 2-up saves because they are in cover over there. You kidding me? 3 dead. All right, so now the squad over here is going to fire 1 hand flamer is out of range. So he's going to throw 1 crack grenade with the guy with the Thunderhammer, and then the other bolters and the 3 hand flamers are going to fire them. So we're going to start with the crack grenade here, hitting on a 3. That is not a hit, but they are within 6 inches of Dante over there. So, yep, totally within 6. So they're going to get to re-roll that one into a hit. Wounding on a, that is a wound. AP -2, so looking for a +1 because of cover. Looking for a 4-up. Nope. And then the 3 hand flamer is D3 shots. So 1, 2, 3 shots. Wounding on 5s. Getting 1 wound. And a save with a fill phase. Woo! And now the bolter shots are going in here, hitting on 3s. Re-rolling because of Dante. All right, all hits. Strength 4, looking for 4s to wound. Getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds. 6 2-up saves. And I make them all. Now his Librarian's going to shoot his Stormbolter into him. 2 shots, hitting on 3s. No hits. All right, so that's it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, his Death Company are going to charge into my lone vet up here. He's going to fire Overwatch. He's going to use the Hellfire round, so wounded on 2s. So 2 shots hitting on 6s. No hits there. So his charge distance, looking for a 6-inch charge. No, does not get it in. He's going to spend a command point to re-roll that, his last one. No, does not make it. Does he get the command point back at least? No, so he is out of command points. All right, so now his Terminators are going to charge into my Intercessors over here. So my Hellblasters are going to start us off here. They're not going to supercharge, so we've got 6 shots between them there, hitting on 6s, getting no hits there. Then we've got 3 of the Intercessors left there, so it's another 6 shots, hitting on 6s, getting nothing there. And now my Aggressor is going to fire, looking for 6s, not getting anything there. And D6 for his frags. That's 5 shots coming in here, looking for 6s, getting nothing there. And now the Inceptors are going to fire into him, looking for 6s. Oh, getting 1. Finally got a hit. All right. Wounding on a 3. That is a wound. AP -1. So looking for in cover there. So 2-up armor save. Yeah, they good. And then their charge distance, they need 4-inch charge here to get in. Oh, and they are way in. And he rolled a 4-inch charge for Dante to charge in, and he is in. Now he's going to try to charge with the Land Raider into here.
On the Land Raider.
Here you go. 2d6. 8 inches might get him in. We'll see. He is just unable to get into combat over here. All right, so into the fight phase, he's going to activate his Terminators first. We're going to go with the Sergeant with the Lightning Claw first. He's got 3 base attacks because of being a Sergeant, +1 for Unleash Rage, and +1 for the extra Lightning Claw there. So 5 attacks hitting on 3s. Rerolling because of Dante. So that is going to be 4 hits. Strength 4, looking for 4s to wound. 3s to wound because of Red Thirst. So rerolling because of Lightning Claws. So that is going to be 4 wounds. AP -2. So 4 5-up saves. Failing all but one of them. And then the Thunderhammer is going to attack in. They've got 3 attacks each. Let me clear out my dice here. These are going to be hitting on 4s because they're unwieldy. Rerolling 1s and 2s only, not that 3. Wow, that was really good rolls. All right, so that's 2 misses. These are going to be wounding on 2s because you can't get better than 2. So that is going to be 2, 4, 6, 8 wounds there. Looking for 6-up, feel no pain. 6-up armor saves. Getting 0 of them. Oh, that's gross. All right, so the first one's just going to kill a guy. And then it's D.
Damage each.
Oh, they're 3 damage each. So that's just going to be 8 dead guys. Holy cow! I think that's everybody.
What are the
All right, and that is it for the Blood Angel's turn here on turn 2. I'm going to spend the 2 command points to keep him alive, and let's see if rolling getting one of them back. I do not, so I am out of command points. Everybody is out of command points. So at the end of his turn, did you score any objectives? He did advance, so everyone is outside of his deployment zone over there. So he does get the victory point for that. And I actually scored my objective of defend objective 1. So for the second turn, I held that one. So pretty good for that one. That's why I spent the 2 command points. So I feel like it was worth it. So that is it for the Blood Angel's turn here on turn 2. And he's going to get rid of defend objective 6. So that is going to be it for the Dark Angel's turn here on Blood Angel's turn here on turn 2. We'll come back to you after movement phase, or with the cards drawn for the Deathwatch here on turn 2.
That's radical.
All right, so those are my objectives that I drew this turn. I got to draw all 3 new ones. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Deathwatch here on turn 2. All right, movement phase for the Deathwatch here on turn 2. My Watchmaster moved up over this way. My squad that was in the Teleportarium dropped in over here. My drop pod dropped here, and these guys disembarked over this way, along with my Librarian as well. And my dude bro up here in the building stood still. And that's it. So we will come back to you with the psychic phase. So starting off, I'm going to cast Veil of Time onto my squad over here. So looking for a 6. Going off with a 9. So his Psyker is actually out of range to deny me over here. So the next thing I'm going to cast is Null Zone. So looking for an 8 for that. Going off. All right, so starting off the shooting phase, this squad is going to fire the Frag Cannons into his Terminators, and everything else is going to fire into his tactical squad back there. So we're going to go with the Frag Cannons first. We've got 4 shots between the 2 of them there. They're in half range, so it's going to be Strength 9, AP -3. So these are going to be 4 shots hitting on 3s. Okay. Getting 1 hit. 1 second. All right, yeah, so it's 1 hit, wounding on a 2. Rerolling 1 because of the Dominatus tactics into that. So there's a wound, AP -3, but this is going to be 3-up invul save because of the Storm Shield, and he's good. And now the Infernus Heavy Bolters are going to fire the Bolter parts, hitting on 4s because they moved. All right, so getting 2 hits. Strength 5, wounding on 3s. That is 1 wound, AP -1, looking for a 4-up. Oh, 1 did. And now the Bolter Bros are going to fire into them. 5 shots, hitting on 3s because only 2 of them are in rapid fire range. All right. Wounding on 2s because of Hellfire rounds, special issue. So that is 3 wounds, AP -0, so 3 3-ups. Failing 2 of them. Stormbolter from the drop pod is going to fire into them. That's 2 hits. That is 1 wound. That is a dead guy. And then this guy over here is going to fire into this squad, into that guy over there. He's got heavy 2, hitting on 3s because he didn't move. Oh, man! All right, so now my Watchmaster is going to fire into him. 2 shots, hitting on 2s. Rerolling because of himself. All right, that's 2 hits. He's going to do the Hellfire round, so wounding on 2s. That's 2 wounds, AP -1. So 2 4-ups. No, and he is dead. All right, so now this squad here is going to fire into the Terminators over here. So we got Melt-A-Gun, we've got a Storm Bolter, we've got the Assault Cannon, and we have the Bolt Pistol from the Sergeant there. So these, we're going to go with the Storm Bolter and the Bolt Pistol from the Sergeant into here, using the Hellfire rounds, wounding on 2, so 5 shots. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling because of the Watchmaster there. So that's 4 shots. Wounding on 2s. All right, so that is 4 wounds. AP nothing, sir. So 4 2-up saves. Making them all. Melt-A-Gun's going to fire into him. That is a hit. That is a wound. 3 up. I've got an Assault Cannon to still shooting them.
I'm going to take this on his.
You're going to put it onto the Sergeant. So 5 up onto the Sergeant. No, goes through. So D6 wounds. 4 wounds. So the Sergeant is dead. And now the Assault Cannon is going to fire in here. Hitting on 4s because he moved. Rerolling 1s and 2s because of the Watchmaster there. So that's 4 hits. Strength 6, so wounding on 3s. Rerolling 1s to wound because of the tactics. Okay. Not meant to be there, so that's 2 wounds. AP -1, so 2 3-up saves. Failing 1 of them. All right, so that is it for the shooting phase. Into the assault phase, this squad over here is going to charge into his Terminators over there. I need a 9-inch charge. I do get to re-roll it because of Veil of Time, so let's see. Looking for a 9-inch charge. No, getting to re-roll it, though, because of Veil of Time. No, I don't get it. Now my Librarian is going to try to charge in here, looking for a 9-inch charge. He makes it. And now my Watchmaster is going to charge in there. He makes it as well. All right, so starting out the fight phase, we're going to start with my Librarian there. He's got 3 attacks, hitting on 3s, re-rolling because of the Watchmaster. So that's 3 hits. Strength +1, so strength 5, looking for 3s to wound. Re-rolling wounds of 1 because of the tactics. So that is 2 wounds, AP -2. No invul save allowed, so 4 up because of null zone, so 4 up saves. Makes 1, fails 1, just be killing him, that guy, because he's got 1 wound left. And now my Watchmaster is going to attack into them. 4 attacks, hitting on 2s. All right, all hits. Strength +1, so wounding on 3s. That is all wounds. AP -3, so we've got 4 5-up saves, because it's AP -3, no invul. So 3 go through. D3 wounds apiece here. So the first one is 1 wound, so then the second one kills the guy, and then the last one is 2 wounds, so that will kill another guy. All right, so now his Terminator left is going to attack into my Librarian. He's got 3 attacks because of Unleash Rage, which is still going on. So hitting on 4s because it's -1 because of Unwieldy. Wounding on a 2. No wound there. All right, so at the end of the turn, he has to take a leadership test over here. He lost 4 guys in that squad, 4+. 1 is good to go. My cards at the end of the turn, I got all 3. So I got Secure Objective 1, Secure Objective 2, and Kill Team Strike, killing a unit in my turn. I was trying my darndest with him. I wanted him to get that last kill because I would have been D3 because it was been done by a squad of veterans, which would have been sweet. So that is it for the Deathwatch turn here on turn 2. We will come back to you after with the cards drawn for the Blood Angels on turn 3. And those are my opponent's objectives here for turn 3. So we will come back to you after movement phase for the Blood Angels.
Howdy folks, it's me, your local neighborhood tech marine here, taking a moment from fixing this here baby night to talk to you about the rest of this here battle report. So, Phil somehow messed up with the audio. It started to go out, as you can tell at the area in there. But needless to say, Phil continued to play the way Phil plays. And at the end there was only a drop pod left, and they decided to call the game. So it was a Blood Angel victory. Hopefully we'll get the issues fixed with the microphone, talking to the machine spirits as we speak, and figuring out what's going on. But Phil apologizes. I don't really apologize. I'm just a model. But anyway, hope you guys enjoy the battle report. He's been Phil, the Glacial Geek, as always. His opponent's been Jason. And until next time, have fun.